Live from the Preston Highway Studios, it's 24-Hour Purple People.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to 24-Hour Purple People. It's another fine day here at the Preston Highway Studios. My name is John Harper. I'm absolutely thrilled to have each and every one of you around for the right day as we are set to talk all things Louisville soccer. That's right. Including LouCity kicking the Kickers right back to Virginia. The Portland Thorns escaped Providence Park with a point. Louisville City and Lexington are preparing for their first ever derby at Derby, I think one person might have called it. And Racing looks to get a dash of a win in Houston. All that, buses, and more. And joining me is the van tailgating master himself. Nice hat.
Hey, what's going on? Derby is in full swing in my neighborhood. Had the art fair all weekend, so I escaped to Germantown last night. We can talk about that later. And I am looking forward to squeezing my van in between two buses on Thursday to escape the thunderstorms, which I think are going to hit us. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not, but hopefully we'll hear from the following person who, as he interrupts me as I'm talking about hearing from him, he is Daltron himself, the author of the Purple Prose. Matt Dalton, how you doing, sir?
Hey, it's me, John. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing pretty good.
I saw Sinners over the weekend. Fantastic movie. If the three of us were up against a horde of vampires, who's lasting the longest?
Well, I'm pushing you two forward and running.
I was going to say Ken.
So Ken's lasting the longest. Okay. All right. That's solid.
Well, it makes the most sense.
Bonus question. If you guys get turned into vampires, would you then try to turn one of the other ones of us into vampires?
Does it hurt?
I mean, probably when you get like your throat ripped out from teeth. Yeah, I would assume so. Like, it seems like it hurts. There's a lot of blood.
That's fair. I never really thought about being a vampire, but something that definitely doesn't suck is beating Richmond's ass again. Am I right, fellas?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We kind of predicted this in the program. I think, Ken, you might have said that you have never feared the Richmond Kickers, and besides a sick free kick, LouCity handling business. Shall we go to highlights? I think we shall.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Now you're thinking you're going to see Detroit right now, but you're not going to see Detroit highlights. These are the correct highlights. And Ken will even join us here eventually. Whoop, my bad.
They're the correct highlights.
They are the correct highlights.
This time.
Yeah, this time.
Okay.
So, Matt, I'll start with you because Ken's not here at the moment. What'd you see out of this match? Because you observed this match pretty intently, did you not?
Did I? Yeah, I mean, I was there. Yeah, I was in the building. Not as much rotation in the lineup as maybe some of us would have expected, as I expected anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But still a solid lineup. We got double Davilas for the second or third time this year. Look at that shot by Sam Gleadle. Sam Gleadle is so fast when he takes a shot. The ball leaves his foot so quickly. His reaction time is crazy. Like, he sees the shot, he lines it up, he takes it like instantaneously. It's really fun to watch. Gleadle getting the start at the 9 again. He's our most informed striker at this point.
I think he's the one. I think he's the one that's going to be predominantly our starting striker.
He's playing great.
I don't see anything else coming out of Goodrum right now. And Gleadle's got 3 goals in the season? So hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. 3 straight, I think. Here's one of the 8 corner kicks we took in the first half that Manny puts home. We were knocking on the door really hard, just banging on that door. And finally, with our 8th corner kick, they find the back of the net, which has to be, John, you mentioned it has to be some sort of record, right? Like 8 and a half for us. That's got to be up there.
We've done many times before, especially against Richmond. I think Richmond played us pretty tough in the first half. I think maybe we adjusted some things at halftime and probably won the second half. Or surely we won the second half because we scored 3 goals. But Yeah, it just kind of fell neatly to Manny's feet, and here we go.
I love scoring right before halftime because, like, the coach on the sidelines has been making observations. He's been, he might have a game plan going, and all that goes out the window when you get scored on right before the half, right?
So how many times are we going to hear Taylor Davila to Serrano goal?
Hopefully,
that is going to
dozen.
become a very common link up right there. That was a very
a great pass too.
Yeah, watch this.
No look.
Was he even looking? No, he wasn't.
No look. Is Davila our best passer?
Yes, absolutely.
I think so,
Statistically,
too.
probably, but
Sure,
yeah.
I understand.
You're gonna figure it out though.
Yeah.
And here's Richmond's lone contribution.
That free kick was something special. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame him. It moved in the air like that Aiden Quinn strike that made Sports Center long ago. It just the thing moved, and Loss was already leaning the wrong way, and there it is. So
I mean, the bend on this thing.
Good on him for that.
I mean, going near post with it,
and it just dropped right below that crossbar. Whew.
Yeah, I mean, can't get mad at it. You couldn't cover it any better. I mean,
nah.
Good attack beats good defense sometimes,
And talk about nice feet.
Just gonna let that sit for a second.
Yeah.
Just
let that simmer.
But Gleedle again.
Gleedle's
with a quick release.
He's got such good feet. Like from a soccer perspective, I suppose they're sexy feet too. I don't know. I've never actually seen them, but he has very good feet.
Okay, that took a turn. Adrian Perez coming in for Manny Perez. Good run for Gleedle.
I think, Matt, the second half, and I know you guys know this, but you haven't mentioned it, but defensively, we just stepped it up a notch. Other than that free kick, I mean, they had one total shot in the second half.
Yeah.
I mean, it must suck playing us, right? It's like being thrown to the wolves, essentially. We're so tenacious. We don't stop.
We capitalize on turnovers in dangerous areas, and we score a lot of goals off them. And that was a nice little touch by Adrian Perez right there. But again, it's that high pressure up top, getting that turnover, and then
the man
moment right here coming on, Brian Ownby.
Now,
man, the first time since 2022, 2023, something like that.
November of 23.
Yeah, there we go. First appearance.
Matt, you were waiting for this moment. You had actually done some espionage prior to the match or during the match.
Espionage.
Yes, you really zoned in on it. What was the atmosphere like when Brian Ownby hit the pitch from your vantage point?
So I want to say maybe 5 to 10 minutes before Ownby came on, he was warming up with a group of guys around. I want to say the touch line towards our end, towards the Stopinall end, and a very audible "We want Ownby" chant starts going up. Right, it just grows louder and louder and louder as he keeps warming up, and at some point, he gets called back to the bench. Right, and the crowd erupts. They go crazy. They know he's coming in, and then once he comes in, finally, I mean, I got goosebumps. It was a huge pop. I'm kind of got goosebumps just talking about it, to be honest. It was just a really fun moment, really great moment. Had to be great for Brian. I mean, tough road back from an injury. This reaction from the crowd has to make it all worth it, I would assume. I hope so. I hope he savors all this. I hope he takes it all in, Like
how many goals he scored for us since 2017?
How many?
35.
Damn.
35. That's a lot. 9 of them are in the playoffs, or like 7 to 9 are in the playoffs.
Playoff Ownby. Still a legend around here. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I say that really enhances our attack right there, because now we've got lots of wingers to start throwing at our opposition. and at least one looking like in-form striker up top. So we are definitely becoming a healthy, potent team. The other thing I liked about this game is we rested Ordonez and played Jones. So that's some of that kind of player rotation I was looking for to make sure we've got healthy players going over the next few games.
Jones played really well too. He's got like really great closeout speed. I mean, he's got those long legs, but when he needs to make up ground, I mean, he's got a stride. That guy can book.
Yep. He also has really nice feet too. I mean, for a big defender, he has very good feet, very accurate passes. So
okay, all right. We got to come up with a better term. No, you know what? No, we don't. Let's just keep saying that. Feet. What about never mind. I'm not going to go there.
The 7th win for Louisville City over Richmond in the history of these two clubs. And once again, Louisville City taking care of business. And I got the graphics here for the Jägermeister Cup. Nice. There was Jaeger at the tailgate, I will add as well. But yes, here are the standings so far. Of course, Louisville City in Group 5 there with some other familiar faces. So looking forward for the continuation of this Cup. I believe we play Lexington next toward the end of May. Yeah, it was a good turnout and good crowd. Fun to get a 4-1 win. I thought Damien had another fairly good game overall, and didn't really have to do much, and especially in the second half. But that free kick, I don't think anybody on the face of the earth could have stopped. Good showing out by Louisville City. And I think, Ken, you might have mentioned, the subs doing a little bit of rotation here or there, starting Josh Jones. I think that all plays into what we got coming up, which is a lot of matches, which we'll talk about the next one a little bit later in the program. But carrying on to our other love, our NWSL love, Racing Louisville out in Portland. A whole nother story this game was, a whole different thing. We talked about that Portland was, going to be a challenge as any team is, but it's super early. We talked about not giving up, and Racing Louisville definitely seemed like they did not give up at all last Sunday, yesterday? Whatever. Time flies, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's look at some highlights of this game, shall we?
Let's do it.
First, we must watch Detroit. Just kidding.
This isn't Detroit.
It's not going to be Detroit. Here we go. Starting lineups. Ken.
Great lineup.
I know.
Yeah.
We'll hint a little bit on that party you went to. We'll hint on it a little bit later. But
yeah, Taylor Flint starting up top, or not up top. Taylor Flint starting in the midfield with Ari Borges was a great pairing. Unfortunately, it's probably not a pairing that we're going to see too much in the future for a little while, but we'll get to that. And all in all, I thought this was Racing's best game yet.
100%.
Seeing Savannah come out and score a goal in the first 6 minutes or something along those lines was a beautiful thing. I thought the best player on the pitch was the assist right there, which was Kayla Fisher, and she just dominated the players she was matched up against the entire game until she came off.
Look at the joy too. Look at that. I mean, that's great to see.
How fun is scoring?
Yeah, right. This was definitely, I think that was our best goal all year, and this was definitely our best performance all year. I mean, bar none. I didn't recognize this team at some points. I mean,
yeah. Now we know number 66 right there because we traded her away, and she got her little bit of a revenge for that. It was a nice goal. I'm not sure Katie could have done anything about it. It really was kind of looping into that far corner.
Yeah, that's a tough shot to save.
You basically got to be an 8-foot goalkeeper, and she's not far from that, but she is not 8 feet tall.
Yeah, Matt.
We kept the pressure on though. We did not stop after that goal. I mean, we've seen before. The tenor of games can change with an equalizer, but not here. And look at this mad scramble. Kayla Fisher gets her first goal of the year. We say we we've said it. I mean, she's been there. She's been close.
I was a
And
little
finally, she
worried that
gets
they
one
were
call.
going to make some sort of horrible call like they did quite a bit, such as offside right there, but they did not. So
I don't understand how she could have possibly been offside, but whatever, it's fine.
one goal between, or one player between the end line. She's already passed the keeper and that other defender. So they could have done something obscure, but they did not. So very nice. Thank you for that.
Just for that, though.
Yeah, just for that. Another great opportunity. Shot. Yep. Kayla Fisher.
Was it? Good ball in. Unfortunately, right to the keeper. Otherwise, that's her second goal. That's a brace, and I want to. This was just a few minutes after the last goal, so we looked like a juggernaut.
Look at this run by Emma Sears. Bink. That was our best goal.
Good touch.
Just crossed the defender, and she was already making the run, and then she had to check because you couldn't really see it. It was off screen, but then she came off and ran across that defender, and it was perfect.
Bev had mentioned like how hard they had been working in practice this week, and just how great the practices have been pregame, and I mean it all paid off 100%. And again, you see the joy, you see shots finally starting to fall. I mean, this could be a huge turnaround game for us, and I hope it is.
Feels good to score.
Yeah.
Savannah Sears.
Then there's this guy.
Yeah, this
the star of the show, right?
And I was like, oh, I'm so glad Chesky's not reffing the game. But guess who was in the VAR booth? Chesky.
Are you gonna dox them, or are you gonna name them?
Chesky was the ref in the VAR booth. We know
name names, man.
What's the ref?
That's the kind of show we're running here. Drag them.
What did we set? We set a foul record for the NWSL, right? 40, 41
This
fouls,
was the most fouls in a game, and up until the final moments, there were no cards, which is a little bit suspect to me. Does that seem right to you?
I was convinced the ref had forgotten the cards in the locker room, and he couldn't give any out. But
he went to reach into his pocket and went, "Oh shit!
Oh man,
I knew I forgot something."
What about this call, gentlemen? Foul?
I mean, yeah, it's clearly a foul. It's clearly a foul. You can't. I mean, steps right on her foot.
Yeah, right there.
VAR, man. I don't. It's that double-edged sword. You want them to get the call right, but you also want to leave like some soul in the game. If that makes sense. I don't
understand the rules. That foul was not in the penalty box.
Yep.
It was not the goal scorer.
Nope.
And it was not called by the ref on the field.
Nope.
So how is that overturnable by VAR?
That's a really great question. I don't know. They let them play it out, right? In a lot of cases, so they don't. I think it's harder to overturn a call than it is to make the additional call in VAR. I really don't know how it works.
I don't anymore. I thought I used.
I don't know if they do, to be honest.
It was definitely suspect, and this light foul, I couldn't believe it.
So this is 100% a makeup call from that VAR call before. They let that last goal stand, even with the obvious foul, and they wanted to give one back to Portland. This is a makeup call. You can't convince me otherwise. She went down so easy. There was barely any contact from Flint. It's not a foul. 100%.
That was terrible.
And then the Portland fans go crazy for their goal that the refs handed to them. It's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. I mean, I was screaming at my TV like, we need this more than they do, all right? We need this.
One of those games where the refs actually were decisive on the outcome of the game instead of seeing a fair athletic contest between two teams.
Which is the worst thing that can happen, right? I mean, you don't want to remember the refs. You don't want to know their names after the game. You don't want to think about them. They should blend into the background. But, I mean, they're front and center tonight.
Another person front and center, Lauren Millay, our 100th appearance here for racing. Quite the achievement and now a legend in the racing Louisville world.
This is not only
Congratulations, Lauren.
This is not only her 100th game, but this is racing's 100th game as well. She's appeared in every racing game
Every single game
in a row, which is crazy considering our turnover, right? We've retained no one but her
basically.
over the years. Yeah.
She also owns the NWSL record for most appearances in a row on a single team.
And she planted trees earlier in the week.
Trees. Like Maine.
Full-grown trees. She picked them up like John Henry, and she planted them in the ground. I saw it with my own eyes. She just pounded them into the ground.
Now here we go. VAR again.
Back to the monitor.
Back to him.
I would say this was a foul on Emma Sears. I think she did step on her foot. So it's a little bit harder to argue this call than the other many calls that were missed.
Yeah, I mean, this was key to the play, right? I mean, that's why she goes down in the first place.
Yeah.
This had quite a lot of bearing on that play. So, yeah, I mean, this is something you do have to call.
So if ref gives advantage in this case and they mess it up, does VAR have the whatever it is power to go back in time and take away that advantage and give the pen because it's in the box? I don't.
It happened with us against San Diego because they gave advantage after the Ari foul, and then I believe it was maybe Katie O'Kane. I believe somebody got fouled in the box, and we got the Ari pin out of it against San Diego. So yeah, they can do that. It's a lot cooler when they do it for us rather than other teams.
Yes,
but
I agree.
I really should. I mean, I came away from this game just jacked, just like pumped, really excited for my team. But I mean, it was tarnished a little bit by this ending, man. You can't deny it. I should have been infinitely more pumped and more stoked for my team because it was a very good performance that was, and some of it was taken away by the referees.
I think one thing I can say is I saw more chatter and more. I think everybody had that feeling, Matt, of being pumped up after this because even though it didn't end the way we wanted it to end, it felt.
Get him, Bev.
Yeah.
Let her go. Let her fight.
It felt totally, different than the previous performances we had seen this year, and not just because we scored 3 goals. It just felt different. Like it just was a different vibe. It was exciting to watch, and just they stepped it up a notch, and that might just be DeMello effect in effect, right?
That's the first time we've started Ari, Savannah, and Taylor Flint in the midfield together this year, and look what happens.
If you get Savannah the way knows she's capable of playing, if you get her going the right direction, Sears, I mean, this is a combination here that's going to be one to reckon with in NWSL.
But there are some problems because Ari made a big mistake after the whistle blew, and she clapped at the referee, and then she pushed the referee. So that could be, pushed. So that could be a lot of games in suspension. So we're not going to see the Taylor Flint, Ari Borges center field combination work for potentially up to 6 games.
I was going to say 5 games, probably. I mean, you put your hands on an official, 3 at the least.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't make those calls.
So that causes some problems. The other, one little itty tiny bit of criticism I had on this is
here we go. Here we go.
Our players seemed pretty roasted by the end of the game.
Yeah.
And we only made 2 out of our 5 total subs that we could have made. And people like Emma Sears, I don't think, has Emma Sears played complete games yet? She's the one that had that footstep foul that led to the penalty at the 3 minutes beyond the 3 minutes that they gave for stoppage time. So hindsight being 2020, if we had subbed her off with somebody else, would we have seen a mistake like that. And I don't know. You know, you can armchair coach this all day long, but it didn't seem like we made a whole lot of subs for a pretty physical game.
Yeah, it was definitely physical out there, and
Mm-hmm.
you always want to get a point on the road, but it feels like it kind of
It
slipped
should have
away.
been 3.
Kind of
Should've been
slipped
3.
away, but
Yep.
refs were not helping us at all. And anytime you're in a situation where you're making a makeup call, you gotta ask yourself as a ref, why am I making a makeup call? What mistake did I make the first time around, and why did I make that mistake? You know, I don't know. I don't give officials too much crap, but Matt, you're right. We wanted that more. We needed that more. We needed
That was a
more.
3-point performance, quite frankly.
It was a 3-point performance without question, and I think that I think more positive came out of that draw than anything so far this year.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
I agree. It's good momentum, so hopefully we can
Mhm.
keep it up. We got a short turn to the Houston game on Friday, but if they can keep a high like that, I'm just kind of worried about some of the stuff that kind of happened at the end of the game where we're going to be missing out on a key player there. So we'll see how that works out for us.
We'll see.
Well, gentlemen, I think it's time that we might have a little bit of a interlude here by grabbing our pitchforks, holding on to some balloons, maybe a combination of both segments. I don't know. We'll see. Last week, we kind of debuted these segments of things that made us very angry in the last week in the soccer world and beyond, possibly, and things that made us very happy when us throw balloons and all this other things. So, all right. I've got some pictures. Now, they're not particularly in any order. They're probably not
Okay.
in any kind of order. So I'm just going to load them up, and whoever this belongs to can just comment. How about that? So, this one's actually me. So, Matt, you were responsible for this photo, but just how adorable is this service dog Corgi? That's all I can say about that.
Just incredibly adorable. I don't want to. John and I followed this guy around for, I want to say, 35 minutes, maybe. Maybe it was shorter than that. I don't know.
Did they call security on you? That's
They could have. They could. I wasn't gonna touch the dog. It was gonna be okay. You know, I might have. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I would have taken him out of the backpack, but if given the opportunity,
Whoever you are, mysterious man, you have an adorable dog there. So
we love your dog. I would die for your dog.
Yep. All right. This one is definitely a happiness thing. I quoted this. Ownby making the stadium bigger for his massive return.
That's right. Pushing it out.
Yeah.
Pushing it out.
Get out of here.
Good to see him. All right. I know who this belongs to. This little sneak preview of our upcoming look at Lexington. But this is something you might have seen on a car or two. Matt, have you seen any on any automobiles?
No, I have not yet. But this is my pitchfork of the week. This is my pitchforks and torches. I don't know what the resolution is not great, but maybe look down at the very bottom, the last bit of wording you see on this license plate from Lexington SC, who has played 5 games in the USL Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky Soccer Club. The absolute nerve, the unmitigated gall, the chutzpah, the balls to put Kentucky's Soccer Club on your plate. We've been doing this shit for 10 years. We've been holding it down in Kentucky for 10 years. Winning titles, winning silverware. Kentucky Soccer Club. We don't even have a plate. I have to draw LouCity logos on my license plates. And they're not good. I've been pulled over. They're not good.
You've been pulled over because you drew a logo on your plate?
That's not the only reason, but it's fine. Kentucky Soccer Club. So Lexington, what's up with that? If I see any of these in the parking lot on Thursday, I'm throwing them in the river, just straight up. I'm just warning you right now.
Oh boy.
I'm frisbeeing them in the river, and that's where they will lay.
Well, that's a ballsy move there. Why do we not have license plates? Like,
I have no idea. John, why do we not have license plates?
Because No one in the front office is pushed to have them.
Oh, okay. Well,
I just an idea. I don't know.
Yeah, you
All
got
right.
get signatures or something like that. I mean, this is something.
Put something in front of me. I'll sign shit all day. I'll sign whatever. It don't matter. Buy 5
if they would have
houses.
put one of Kentucky soccer clubs, maybe that's what they had initially, and then they got rubbed off of the form. One of Kentucky soccer clubs. Yes, you are. That is a true statement. But Kentucky Soccer Club is not. That is not a true statement, and you're lying. And this is a government issue, right?
Oh yeah, arrest them.
That's got to be illegal. That's got to be illegal to lie.
Absolutely.
It is illegal to lie. Also, something that is illegal is taking the property of other individuals, Matt.
If you get caught, sure.
And throwing it. I can't red card you. I'm on the wrong screen. Okay, let's see.
I found a loophole.
Okay. This
is
is from
mine.
Ken.
So I've been going on watch parties. So have you all for years,
Very cool.
years and years and years. And we've been to some good watch parties and we've been to some bad watch parties.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the minimum criteria for a watch party, right? This is somebody has coordinated with the pub to watch a soccer game. What are the minimums?
So we're not even talking like a good watch party. We're just talking the basic watch party.
Basic stuff.
I need at least a TV. It could be a tube TV. It could be a flat screen, whatever. A TV with sound on, the sound coming through speakers somewhere so we can hear what is happening. And I don't know, chairs, beer, 4 walls,
cold beer,
indoor plumbing,
and whatnot. Yeah. So let me kind of take you through what happened yesterday briefly. Is that we got the Hawks, and I was really excited because I really like Hawks's sports bar concept. I think it's a cool place. They've got these, wall of TVs, and then they've got TVs around the bar, and then they've got TVs out in the courtyard too. So I get there, and I immediately get concerned because you've got the people looking stressed a little bit. You've got the person with the tablet trying to get the TVs to work. So we missed kind of the opening ceremonies of the game. We missed the lineups because they couldn't get game on. It was on Paramount Plus. So they bring the game up on the TV by the bar that I was sitting in. And then somebody from the courtyard comes in and says, "You just turned all the TVs off the game in the courtyard." So there's probably about 20, 25 racing fans there. So
that's good.
So then they get back on there and they turn the TV off in the bar that we were at and put it back on the TVs in the courtyard. So they had one Paramount Plus login that worked either in the courtyard or in the bar. So the game kind of bounced back and forth a little bit. And it took them a good 20 minutes to kind of get that straightened out. They had to, call the guy that was not working. He had to come in and get the other tablet and try to fix all the stuff. So we get the game, and I'm kind of listening to the announcers, and I'm like, wait a second. These announcers are calling a hockey game. So what they had done is that they couldn't get the game on the right set of TVs back in the sports bar. They put the hockey, I guess the NHL playoffs or something like that. And none of the teams are from Kentucky, obviously. They put that on. So we're trying to watch a Racing Louisville game when they're calling a hockey game, this is really hard to do. So
I imagine. Yeah, I would imagine.
I think that if you're going to have an organized watch party, then the bar needs to kind of support getting sound and picture for all 20, 25 people that we outnumbered everybody for the people that come, and they kind of failed to do that, and that was kind of a huge bummer because I was really looking forward to this watch party. Anyway, we left. I don't think I'll go back to Hawks for a soccer game. Certainly, they would not turn the hockey sound off. They said the hockey fans were here first, which is a rule I understand in sports.
That's fair.
bars,
That's fair.
but it was an organized watch party. So that tells me that regardless of what sport you're watching, when the game comes on for the organized watch party, that's the sound that you play, because you advertise it. We pushed it. Supporters groups pushed it, and they still didn't do it. So I thought that was out of bounds on the part of Hawks, and I think they failed at the whole watch party concept, which is too bad because they have a good place to do it. It's kind of right-sized. The other problem is there was like they rented out the bar right next to it, which was kind of right on top of it, and there was some sort of birthday party with Ace of Base karaoke going on, which was pretty atrocious. I'm telling you.
Oh,
So that's my, how many watch parties and all of that have we been to that have just been terrible? I'm tired as a soccer fan getting pushed aside. And even worse, I hate to say it, for women's soccer to get pushed aside by 3 probably Canadian hockey fans that were here for Derby that just happened to get to the bar before our watch party started. So I think that's kind of on Hawks. I think they screwed that one up. And I think they owe the supporters group that they coordinated with a big apology.
All right. Are you done?
blame.
So anyway, the
Canada.
picture is how we had to watch part of the game. And I'm tired of watching games like that. I really am.
No, I totally agree with you in all seriousness. Like, we have been to some good watch parties over the years, but it seems like a lot of those good watch parties was back in the day.
Best watch party from your memory that you've ever been?
Best?
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't end well, but 2023 playoff, when we were at Tampa, we were at O'Shea's, I believe it was. No, that doesn't sound right. It's on Shelbyville Road.
Saints. I was at
Saints. My bad.
You're at Saints. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So here's the thing. Bruce, who's now at Vernon Lanes, I don't know if he's still at Saints. You talk to him. You make sure you're square and you're coordinated, and he understands that a watch party needs TVs and sound and beer.
He also appreciates the game of soccer a lot more too.
Yeah, evidently.
Yes, he's an actual soccer fan.
What about you, Matt? Best watch party you've ever been to?
It was definitely at Saints. All of the good watch parties are at Saints. I don't know one in particular, but we have had a lot of really fun playoff matchups, away games at Saints. You and I have been to quite a few.
It's always
but I don't know one in particular.
Yeah, it's always fun to get together for watch parties and things like that, especially ones that are ran right. And well, I'm sorry you had a bad experience, and
yeah,
it's all good.
It'd be nice.
Shit happens.
Just like shitty watch parties back in the day. I mean, we had plenty of ones that they couldn't get the sound, they couldn't get the picture, whatever. I mean, or like we got shoved into the merch closet at Monic.
That's happened. Yeah.
Well,
just goes on and on.
Great beer though. Love Monic beer.
Yeah,
perhaps, gentlemen, you got in the merch closet at Lynn Family Stadium, saw one of those new Commonwealth Cup scarves, the purple and green scarves collaboration for Thursday's giant matchup, the first in history. In all seriousness, pretty historical occasion here as we have the first ever match period against Lexington and Louisville in a regular USL championship season.
Right, this is the first league game.
First league game in history. And Lexington, of course, has a nice stadium they built. They're doing all sorts of stuff up there, but they're not exactly winning matches too often at the moment. They've had some decent wins. All right. So Thursday, it's Thurby, a mint julep of a matchup. Ken, I'll start with you. You can talk about it now.
Okay, so from Lexington is in the West. They're not doing particularly well in the West. I think they're right around the middle of the table, and their form is lots of draws and lots of losses. I think they got about 6 or 7 points on the season.
One win on the year. Just one.
Just one win on the year. The thing that worries me about this game is it's a Thursday game. It's a different kind of game. It'll be a different kind of crowd. and it's a true derby, right? It's the kind of the first meeting of the Lexington Louisville derby that you're gonna have, and there's lots of emotion. There's mistakes that can be made when you're playing on this kind of stuff. If the refs are bad, they can change the outcome of the game, such as we saw in Portland yesterday. So those are those variables that we can't really control. We're also coming off a fairly quick turnaround. We haven't had a ton of rotation, although we did rotate a couple of key folks. So I feel pretty good about that. They do have some good players. Marcus Epps out there on the right flank as a winger is a danger guy. So we're going to have to watch out for him. But I do expect us to win this match.
Matt, you expect it?
This is not a scary team on paper. I mean that's just to be frank. So I'm the only native Louisvillian on the show, correct?
Correct.
And I'm not going to say that I speak for everyone born and raised here. I don't want to lose to Lexington in anything ever. I don't know why I don't like Lexington. I just always have not. I assume people in Lexington have always disliked Louisville, and I don't know if they know why. We're the only two cities in Kentucky.
That's a stretch. I mean,
yeah,
the only two.
Where
no,
are you
there's
from
not.
again?
No, there's.
No,
you got a post office. They don't make it a city. I'm just saying. I don't want to lose to Lexington ever. I don't want to lose to them in anything. This has nothing to do with either U of L or Kentucky, by the way, because I've liked both teams in my time. I don't want to lose to Lexington. I don't know. It's such a weird relationship. We have I feel like we have begrudging respect for each other, but just not. We just don't wish well to each other. Very different demographics. We're the urban center of the state. They've got fields and grass. They got a ton of grass. They probably got some nice trees. What else is in Lexington? Horses, tons of horses.
College, right? It's college or university.
As far as something,
right? Agricultural school of some sort.
Matt, I don't think you have much to worry about. This is a team that has scored 1 goal in their last 5 matches, and that was 4 matches ago when they scored that goal.
Haven't scored a goal in 4 matches, really? Ouch.
Yeah. And they have not done too much. They even in the Jaeger Cup, they just lost to Loudon. We know Loudon's a good squad. Yeah, I know. But
they lost to Columbus's B team in the U.S. Open Cup.
That they did.
They have Speedy Williams starting for them. I think he normally starts for them in the midfield. So familiar face. Cam is still on the team. I'm not sure. He's had 2 appearances this year.
Yeah.
Some familiar faces.
Speedy Williams will probably play holding midfield, if I guessed. He used to attack a little bit, but he was a very good holding midfielder. It took us a long, long time to replace him when we lost him. But certainly we have.
They like to possess, and that kind of plays right into our strengths this year. So
this year for sure. How do you guys like the official Commonwealth Cup name?
So Ken, you made a great point in the group chat earlier. I'm going to let you have that one, but
I can't remember it, so you're going to have to say it.
I don't. So me personally, I don't like any of the names that have been thrown out. I don't like Bluegrassico, although I think it's creative. I just don't enjoy it. What are some other ones? They went officially with Commonwealth Cup, right? Ken, the point you made was this is just a regular game. Why does it have a name? Why?
Exactly. Yes, it's just a regular league game. It's a derby. So derby, right?
Derby. Well, I don't think they can use that, right? Derby's very litigious. They're not going to let people.
Well, it's not copyrighted trademarks or anything. It's not like Derby at Kentucky Derby, or sponsored
Indeed.
by Tino's Vodka or something like that. I mean,
Who's the sponsor for this Fifth Third Executive Bank?
Republic Bank.
Republic Bank? Sorry, I forgot to get all my. I don't want to get my banks mixed up.
Yeah.
Heaven
Well,
forbid I make a mistake that hurts the
corporate
banks.
God knows you're not backed up by FDIC, Matt.
I am backed up though.
Yeah. Try Pepto-Bismol. Well, I'm excited about it. You guys know I asked off as soon as the schedule came out. I was like, I'm going to be off on Thursday. I'm going to be off on Friday. I'm making a fun day out of it. I'm really excited. I got a friend coming that doesn't get to come to very many matches. So excited about that. Small chance of rain in the afternoon and a smaller chance in the evening. But as you know, when rain does turn up at Lynn Family Stadium or any soccer match, it just seems to only make it better in some ways. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting. I can't wait.
Should be a fun one, man. Should be a fun one.
Yep. You better.
I've spoken to Doug, tailgating master, and I think we have a plan to squeeze the van in between the buses.
Good.
That's good.
Well, if you decide to pull up to that van or any other automobile in that parking lot with a green special edition license plate, you better look out. I know that. But
I'm bringing my wrench set. I'm bringing my screwdrivers, a blowtorch, whatever I need to get that thing off.
No, you're not. Don't do it.
You don't know me.
Yeah, I do know you, boy. Wait a minute. All right, so we should move on, shouldn't we? Probably.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, so
We're talking
yeah.
Houston, right?
Houston, we have a problem. Possibly the dash. Going to Houston. You know, we just talked about getting a lot of felt good coming out of that last match. Matt, I am going to start with you, sir. What do you see out of this Houston dash? Just a dash. Huh?
So Houston's 10th on the table. I think there are a couple spots ahead of us. I think we're in 11th, 12th currently. But we would leapfrog them with a victory. They've had 7 points in 6 matches. They're one of the few teams in the league that don't have a former racing player, which is a rarity at this point, I believe.
Yeah.
But just 5 goals on the year, which is 3rd worst in the league. That's below us. We had a big offensive output in the last game, so that really bumped us up. But teams have been putting up a lot of shots against them as well. I think that they've been forced to make some of the most saves, I believe, sans a couple other teams. So we're gonna have our opportunities. I just hope we bury them, right?
Scoring is fun, right, Ken?
They're beatable. They're beatable. They haven't
100%.
They haven't beaten anybody of significance. Chicago and Utah, both kind of bottom dweller teams like us, unfortunately. What has me worried is Ari will not be playing for sure. So who's going to match up with Taylor Flint? Probably DeGrande, I suppose, would be an applicable player to play in that position. I am not as enthusiastic about that as Ari and Taylor. Maybe we'll see some rotation with Pika coming, getting healthy and coming off the bench. I expect Savannah to start. Savannah, Kayla, Emma, just making running them to death and bringing high energy to our offensive attack, so they can be scored on. They do have a pretty good keeper. One Jane Campbell, right?
Yeah, she's gotten some minutes for the national team.
Plays for the national team, and she's sometimes can stand on her head. So that's another thing that of course, worries me is, yes, we got tons of shots and tons of opportunities, but their goalkeeper performed magic in the between the sticks. And so hopefully that doesn't happen.
She likes right feet. That's her preferred foot.
Okay.
Matt,
there's a lot of foot talk on this episode. I'm not saying too much. Maybe it's just enough. I don't know. We'll see we'll see what the views are like.
Matt, we know playing on the road is always tough, but I think racing showed us a little something on Saturday. I know you were as you said, fired up about it.
Portland's a really tough place to play in as well. They've got they had a great crowd against Racing the last away game. So I mean, if they can handle the pressure there, they should be able to handle that in Houston with ease, I would think.
So they fly back today. They recover, get to work tomorrow, Wednesday. They're flying out what, Thursday?
Yeah, that's rough.
And then playing on Friday. That's a lot of travel. That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
But this team,
luckily though, they're definitely beatable. We're not crossing as many time zones this time, so that helps. But still, that's a really rough turnaround.
Yeah.
Well, this is an exciting week in Louisville, Kentucky. It's the biggest week of the year. It's Derby week. We have Thurby and the Commonwealth Cup on Thursday, Oaks on Friday, the Kentucky Derby, 151st version here in Louisville, Kentucky. An exciting time indeed. Are you guys excited about Kentucky Derby? Are you following any of that kind of stuff? I know, Ken, you like to go to the track every once in a while, right?
I don't really go to the track anymore unless it's, certainly don't go during Derby or Oaks or Thurby or 502 Wednesday.
Werby or Turby or Murby.
Whatever. I mean, they're running horse. I don't go during this time of year, but we watch on the TV and we bet on horses, and I realize how terrible a bettor I am, and I just kind of listen to Rebecca's mother, who grew up next to the track, and I bet whatever she bets, and I usually do okay when I do that.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes I stray.
That's a pretty good way to do it. Well, horses, if you're following this, there's a good lineup this year. Okay, really good lineup. Okay. I don't know if you guys have been following any of the lineups at all, but
no, not at all.
I too, Ken, got into horse racing a little bit. I had a side person kind of like that I would just talk to, but I have lost a lot of consecutive races. I do the I bet show. You see, you just walk up, and you give the person money and just go show. And then what you do after that is you mention the horses by name. So these are the ones, some of the ones that have lost recently. Yes. Better Off Glue did not do so hot for me. One that I was really excited about, Horsey McHorseface, just absolute failure. The old three-legger, just right out of the gate, boom. All right, and
interesting gallop on that one.
Yeah. One that I thought was going to have a lot of all that, a lot of strength and a lot of perseverance was Hoof-Hearted, and that just didn't turn out very good. And then last week, just actually Septic Tank at the 3:00 meet, right down the drain. We kicked off a lot. Well, we were thunderless, right? No thunder this year, but we did have the marathon here in Louisville last Saturday, the 5K, right? Either you guys.
Who won?
I think it was. Huh?
We had the mini.
The mini, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Horsey McHorseface might have been in it. I don't know. There was a marathon also in England that I want you guys to check out. Now, this is something you don't see necessarily every day. What we have here, if I can get this thing to work right, this is. Let's see if I can. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Look at all the.
Couldn't get through the gate. That's nice.
Look at all the exhausted people finishing next to this dude.
Yeah.
While he's dressed, he's in a box.
Like, he's in a box.
How dispirited would you be afterwards? You're really giving it your all out there. You're pouring sweat. You're just dead on your feet. You finally cross that line, and there's a guy in a box next to you. Just
it's just awful.
Just strolling over the line.
Big Ben, nice.
I was impressed by that. It's not easy. When I worked for Toys R Us, I used to have to dress up as Jeffrey every once in a while. You see, and Jeffrey, when you're in that costume, you don't realize you're 15 feet tall. So you're trying to walk through doorways and all this stuff. I used to just stand outside for the most part. It didn't. The fan was broken, so the air did not move through Jeffrey's neck. So your face So this is like Jeffrey's
He's
neck.
got a lot of neck too.
Yeah, well, a lot. Yeah, a lot of neck. And
That guy's all neck.
Yep. And yeah, that was rough. So I feel sorry for Big Ben there, but he did all right. Just forgot about the gate part. I feel his pain. So, all right.
I want the horses to have fun. That's what I want to happen.
Yeah, as
I
long
want
as
them
the
all to have
horses
fun.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, that's not always the case. But
No.
I feel like a downer today. Jeez.
Do you guys like horses?
I like horses.
He likes their feet.
I mean,
sure.
they're
I like
beautiful
their feet.
animals. But they have hammers for hands, and that's scary to me.
Well, they'll back kick you. What's happening?
Hey,
Is there a seance happening at somebody's house? Oh, what is that noise? All right.
No, my wife just got home.
The horses this week are the
Tell her to
main-
come on in. Tell her to come in and say hi.
You want to come in and say hi?
No.
No? Well, we're
Hi,
okay.
Simone.
John says hi.
Hi, John.
There you go.
Hey,
We're outside.
we're having fun.
I told her about how you pointed out an offsides to me, and you're really pleased with yourself at
Yes,
the game over the
thank you
weekend.
very much,
I was
yes.
pleased for you. I felt really good about it.
Yep.
I thought, wow, how far this guy's come.
No, right. Yep.
And then I bragged about you to my wife.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Brag all day for me. I'm just learning the names now. No, I'm kidding. Okay, well, guys, I guess we better go off here. Simone's home. It's time to party, right, Matt?
I mean, she hasn't stopped singing since she got here.
It's a good sign. We appreciate everybody watching tonight's program. And don't forget, we are also now on Spotify as well. We would love for you to hit that like button, leave a comment if you feel like it, or subscribe to our channel for more outlandish takes on feet and all sorts of other information coming from these two guys mostly. I just kind of sit back and enjoy the ride. So I hope you enjoy the ride this evening. Guys, you got anything else?
Ken, give me your top 10 favorite toes. Go.
The little one, the big one, the three in the middle.
Okay.
And then the other
That's
foot.
good. That's half. We're
That's
getting
the
there.
one.
We'll save the other half for next week.
Yeah, there you go. That's the spirit. All right. Well, for Ken Luther and Matt Dalton, I'm John Harper. We're 24-hour Purple People, and we will see you next time, hopefully on Thursday.
Shit are.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good one.
Happy Derby week, y'all.
Yeah, happy Derby.